fountain of life. A collection of live recorded sermons from His Grace Bishop Emilianos of Maloa, aiming to make us fountains of the Holy Spirit. Here is today's message.
With the blessing of Archbishop Elpidophoros, I found myself in the heart of the Greek Orthodox Archdiocese of America, the Holy Trinity Church here in New York, celebrating the Divine Liturgy with all of you. Our Holy Gospel today talked to us about a blind beggar Christ cured. There are a few interesting details in this small passage of the Holy Gospel which could deeply benefit us if we were to have a better look at them. We will pick three for today and say a few things about them. The first one, the blind beggar realized that Jesus of Nazareth was passing by, and he cried, "Jesus, Son of David, have mercy on me." Those who were in front rebuked him, telling him to be silent, but he cried out all the more, "Son of David, have mercy on me." He screamed to attract Christ's attention. The logical people around him tried to make him behave, but he ended up screaming even louder, and then he was justified by God. He received what he asked for and what he needed. He received the solution to his blindness, which was also the reason for his poverty. Isn't it interesting here that the people who could see were trying to stop him from asking what he desperately needed? Isn't it interesting that he was not influenced from the opinions of all these people who were acting from the safe zone of having everything in life? Christ justified the blind beggar, meaning in this occasion, the blind man could see God's will, God's opportunity, God's power, and God's love clearer than everyone else who were never blind in their lives. And this tells us that only God can fully understand our hearts, talk to Him, and have faith in Him. The second detail which might be useful to look into is who made him well. He asked Christ for his sight. "Lord, let me receive my sight." And Jesus said to him, "Receive your sight." But Christ also mentioned to him who was the one who made him well. Christ didn't take credit for the miracle, although Christ clearly was the one who performed the miracle. Christ told him, "Your faith has made you well." Not me, God, not me, Christ, not me, your Creator, your faith made you well. And immediately the blind beggar received his sight. This makes us understand one important detail in our life, that the way Christ was giving credit to the blind man's faith for the miracle reveals that all sorts of miracles are available for us to benefit from if we truly believe. In other words, if you believe, all sorts of miracles will happen in your lives. Very simple. And expressing the same truth in a different way, we could say that miracles do not always make us believe, but they do happen because of our faith. How? The 10 plagues of Pharaoh mentioned in the Old Testament were 10 great miracles performed through Moses' faith, but these 10 very obvious miracles / plagues did not convince Pharaoh to truly believe. Why? Because his ego inside him was greater than his faith for the living God. Therefore, miracle after miracle, plague after plague, Pharaoh's heart was getting harder instead of further believing. And now the third detail in our Holy Gospel. The blind man, after asking Christ, he immediately received his sight and followed him, followed Christ. He didn't just receive the gift and run away. He proved to Christ how grateful he was by following him. He proved that he deserved the gift because he did not use it for himself, but to follow God. He used his sight to follow Christ, to see it differently. His curse, his blindness, was the ticket for the blind man to become an apostle, to follow Christ. Therefore, our difficulties in life are always pathways to our salvation. When we believe. Nothing can hurt our souls when we believe. Heaven and earth can turn upside down, but if we believe, nothing can ever hurt our souls. Please remember that. To conclude, we cannot blame our environment for not having God active in our lives. Our environment might be based in logic, like the people who were trying to convince the blind man to stop screaming. But if we ourselves believe, nothing can silence us, nothing can disconnect us from our God and our Creator. He gave His own blood for us. Therefore, if we do not have God present and active in our life, it is no one else's fault other than ours. It is the absence of our faith. Then, if we put it in service of God, everything He gifted us with, we do not just receive our sight. We do not just receive what we asked for. We become apostles, not only cured physically, but also spiritually. And we do not just cure ourselves through our own faith. Our faith gives us such a position next to Christ that we could also assist others to be cured. Today, through our Holy Gospel, we discovered how, from blind beggars, we become apostles.